Okay, proceeding then with the C wave, which would be down, and rather largely. Some of the more drastic people think it might be down 89%. In other words, the stock market will go from 2,600, 26,000 down to 10% of that at 2,600. And that puts us somewhere between the crash of 1929 and the Dark Ages. And of course, we're kind of interested in the apocalypse in this series, and we're kind of hoping that or something of great magnitude will happen, more like the Dark Ages than the little pink tea party they called 1929. So we're looking for something really big, because it doesn't cost us anything to speculate. But anyhow, yeah, guys. I mean, there's guys that have been, kind of counting Elliott waves since the fall of the Roman Empire, or that is to say, there are modern guys in the last 50 years that have been taking the Elliott waves back, because there wasn't really a stock market, before 1789 we had the American Revolution, we had the Constitution, but there was also the South Sea bubble, and so there were stocks. There's the bubble of the tulips, but beyond that, guys that study cycles and so on have taken commodity prices back further, back through the Middle Ages. And when you get to the Roman Empire, you have a very interesting. If you could assign Elliott waves to that, and it worked, then you'd have kind of a great proof that Elliott waves did in fact exist. And the whole issue being where to begin the count, because Elliott waves is counted from some zero base point, and then depending on how far back you go, you can have corrections that take us back to the Stone Age, for example. Well, that would be great if you could do that with some accuracy. They say, well, this particular down wave is going to take us back to the Stone Age. Well, I have no, I can't say that, but my opinion is that this next Elliott wave will take us back to approximately the time of John Adams, and so that puts us at 10% of what we have now. Now, what does it do to the population? Does it put the population back to 10% of what we have now? Could be. If this pandemic is really big. But that's why I'm thinking, based on the fact that I'm expecting the Elliott waves, the stock market, to take us back to 10% of what we have now, then I'm thinking, well, how big would this pandemic have to be to put us there? Now, Prechter said an interesting thing, and he has a book called, it's been out since maybe 1980, the Elliott wave theory and so on. And then, of course, the grand old master before him was Elliot himself, who was studying all this in the 30s, and he came up with the counting the waves, which is a very intricate kind of thing that will drive you crazy. But anyway, it's fun if you have that kind of mind. I have to pause here, regather my thoughts.